Brantley Gilbert.
Let's play it. Live it up for the weekend. Pull it up every time we alive. Take a shot for the regrets. Double up and it's bound to get broke wild. Hey ladies, let your head out.
All of your albums that you've put out have always been a little snapshot of your life at that period. So this one covers the last 2.5 years when you had a lot of good stuff going on, but it's called The Devil Don't Sleep. So explain exactly what that title means.
Well, this is actually the most positive record we've ever released. And the reason it took 2.5 years as opposed to 2, we take longer than everybody else. Part of that has to do with the fact that I write or co-write every song on the record, and that I have to make sure it tells a story. And you got to do a little bit of living. You know, if you're going to write a record about chapters of your life, there's got to be a chapter, and you got to live through it first. But this was an extremely positive chapter, especially my wife coming in the picture. She's my best friend, best thing that ever happened to me. And you know, The Devil Don't Sleep is all about a constant reminder to me that the devil don't sleep. Temptation's easy, and it's right around the corner. Relapse is easy. The straight and narrow is hard. So it's just a reminder to stay the course.
You mentioned about relapsing. You've been working hard for the last couple of years on staying on the straight and narrow. Congratulations on that hard work.
Thank you, brother.
When you and I first met each other, you had not yet made that decision.
Yeah, that was interesting.
And it's been good for all of us who know you and are around you to see a real positive change in your life.
Thank you, brother. I appreciate it. Yeah, December 18th will be 5 years alcohol-free and opiate-free, so it's a different deal. I'm still a Willie Nelson fan, but other than that.
Janine Burkhart, where are you? Janine wanted to know, what is the best advice anyone has ever given you?
As far as advice goes, I think the several people in my life that told me to do me that was probably the best advice I ever got, and the worst at times. There's ups and downs to being the guy that's what you see is what you get. You know, I live in a glass house in a lot of ways, and you know, I am that guy. I am what you see is what you get. And it's a blessing and a curse. Because I'm the kind of guy that has to learn everything my way.
I also mentioned that there are 2 different versions of the CD that are coming out in January. Why don't you tell us a little bit about each version and why you decided to do it that way?
Okay, if you end up getting both versions, you'll end up with 26 songs total. So we did wait 2.5 years, but that's a lot of songs. The red version, you'll get the 16, and then hey, sweetie, she's so cute. You get, yes, I say the word cute. I'm married. It's okay. But you'll get the original 16, then you'll get an additional disc that has 5 songs recorded live from 2 sold-out nights at Red Rocks in Colorado. And we've never released live recorded content before, so this will be a first for us. I'm not particularly a fan of live stuff, but, you know, some people love it, and I've listened to the stuff. It's actually pretty cool. So there were some good moments. You actually get to hear on there at one point Justin Patterson, the guy that let me borrow his Purple Heart. He gave it to me, but I keep it in a safe place for when he wants it back, if he ever does. He came up on stage and had some things to say that were absolutely amazing. So it's Seeing Red and Feeling Blue. The red version is the live stuff from Red Rocks. The blue version are some more deeper heartache songs from back in the day, songs that either I've been a really big fan of and they just hadn't fit the thematic content of a record yet, or they didn't tell the story as good as some of the other ones, or it's a song that a lot of people have asked for, something like You Promised, that's you've heard on YouTube or you've heard live, but it's never been available on a record. You'll now be able to have access to that as well. So that's the blue version. And all together, they come together to make 26 songs.
So she's okay with you still writing songs about her. I know you've written a lot of songs about your wife.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, she's got love songs about her. She's got breakup songs about her. She's got some songs about her that she'll never hear because they're on the soon-to-never-be-released album.
For those of you in the back who can't see, Brantley's been waving at some of the kids down front and giving them pictures and stuff. Getting a little soft now that you're married. Are we going to see some little Brantleys anytime soon?
Man, we've been having that conversation. We're practicing. I'm mortified. I am mortified of having a little girl. as they say, it's karma. And I see some of you have daughters. You know, I hear guys say it all the time, like some of my buddies. I'll say, yeah, man, anybody mess with me, I'll go to jail. But I really will. Like prison and not jail, because it's not going to be assault. It's going to be assault with a deadly weapon. And, I mean, because if a dude comes down my driveway that looks, talks, acts anything like me, I will stab him as many times till my arm won't pick up no more. But I got a guy across the street that said, man, he said, I know you feel like that. He said, I did too. He said, but I figured out a pretty good way to deal with him. And I said, well, what's that? He said, the first boy that come to the house to pick up my daughter, he said, I met him in the driveway, and he said, son, I could clean a bunch of guns in front of you, but I ain't going to do that. I could threaten you, but I ain't going to do that. What I am going to do is I'm going to promise you that whatever you do to her, I'm going to do to you. This is a Georgia thing, apparently. But I said, how'd that work out? He said, well, good. He said, till he came home and they kissed goodbye in the driveway. I said, well, how'd you handle that? He said, well, the boy come over the next week to watch a movie, and I climbed the back of the couch and kissed him in the mouth. Which I told him you can't do that kind of thing nowadays. You go to prison. I just soon beat him to death. If I'm going to prison for something, I'd rather it be a beating than a kiss. You know what I mean? Especially that kind of kiss, I don't want it. But what I may do is I do have a lot of biker buddies. I think what my plan is right now, and this is for my unborn daughter, by the way, who's not even in the womb yet, that I know of. I think I'm just going to line the driveway with a bunch of bikers. And when he comes in, I'm going to be like, look, son, I ain't going to clean a gun in front of you. I ain't going to threaten you. What I am going to do is promise you that whatever you do to her, every one of them is going to do to you. And there's probably a few of them got experience in that category.
That's incredible, and what a way to wrap up. Brand new CD coming out in January, Devil Don't Sleep. Please give another round of applause to our guest, Brantley Gilbert.
Don't say it again.